Today we're gonna change the oil on a Honda AquaTrax F15X. That's the turbocharged version. This particular model is a 2008. So let's start with taking off the cover. Then the seats. And then we'll put it in reverse. And the reason we need to put it in reverse is to get access to the flush port. This is very hard to see. I'm going to hold a flashlight. What you need is a gardenia attachment. I have this on the end of my hose. It's a quick connect. You can screw the hose directly on there, but it's a lot easier if you use one of these. I don't believe I can keep this on here. It interferes with the bucket drop down. But once you have that attached, you can connect your hose. There, now the hose is connected. So the first thing you want to do is start the engine, then run the water. That way the water will not flood the engine. The engine actually has to be running and pumping before any water hits it. So we'll do that. We'll start up the engine. Now we're going to warm it up for 10 minutes. You're going to see the water coming out the back and out the jet port. We'll cut the video now and we'll resume after the engine has warmed up and we're ready to change the oil. Alright, it's been 10 minutes according to my iPhone timer, and it's important that you shut off the water first. Then we'll shut off the engine. Okay, now that the engine's warmed up, you can't see it in this video, but down just below the frame I've got the owner's manual open to page 163. That's where it starts with changing the oil filter. And it shows you a pretty good diagram of where the oil is sitting right now and where it was sitting when it was when we just stopped the engine. Now I just wanted to point out that there are some videos that say they're using Mobile 1. I use Mobile 1 in my Corvette because the manufacturer recommends it. What the owner manual recommends is Honda motor oil, or in this particular case I have 10W40. They recommend 40 weight. It's motorcycle oil. Motorcycle oil is different than car oil. Something to do with the energy conserving rating, which this does not have. In any case, this is what I recommend that you put in. And we'll put in 4.3 liters with the oil filter change. It's 4.2 liters if you're not changing oil filter. So what they recommend is that you pull out this, wipe it down, and you put it back, but you don't screw it back in. You just let it sit there, pull it out again, and see where you are. And in this particular case, we're right up to the level here, just a little bit below. Do not overfill it, that will cause problems. This oil looks nice and clean, but we're going to change it anyways because it's October 25th here in Toronto, and we're going to put this personal watercraft away for the winter time. And one of the things we need to do, besides putting antifreeze into it, is change the oil. So we'll just leave that off and we'll get ready for the oil extraction. This is the oil extractor I use. It's a Hella 6000. I got it at the dealership, but you can use any particular one. I know Princess Auto has large cylinders, about $80. I believe this one was maybe $125. In any case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to suck the oil from actually both ports here. I'm going to put the tube down, all the way down, and just simply start pumping. So the action that has to happen is it creates a vacuum up and down, and we'll pump out that oil. You can see the oil starting to flow as we create the vacuum. This little guy is convenient in that you can put your feet. This part's also removable. It creates the vacuum with a check valve. This does take some time, that's why it's best to have the oil warm. Do about 20 strokes, and then there should be enough vacuum to continue to pull it. While the oil is draining, we'll take and we'll remove the oil filter. I know it's hard to see, it's right behind this hose, it's way down here. I'll just attempt to use one of these universal rubber wrenches, which is good for opening pickle jars and that sort of thing. And you just need a half turn. In any case, we'll pull that off, clean out the tray, which is right below it. And we'll spin the new one back on. Alright, here's the new one. Looks like it's Honda part number 51410-MFJ-1D0. Not sure if you can see that, I'll insert a picture. This one happened to be assembled in the USA. So we'll just take some motor oil, put it in there, wet that up a little bit. Normally I would use brand new motor oil, but this motor oil looks very, very, very clean. And we'll just do that. And they recommend hand tight, which means you pretty well got a reef on it. But there you go. Okay, the engine's warmed up after the antifreeze, and we'll just pull the dipstick out, wipe it off a bit, put it back on here, and it's showing, it's hard to see with the clear oil, but it's showing right in the middle, which is perfect. And then if we screw it all the way down, and then bring it all the way back up, it's showing we're right about here, which again is perfect. That's how you do an oil change. Thanks for watching.